thing for the timer for me?
So this is Startup Week, which is very exciting. There are events going on all across Tampa Bay to support entrepreneurship. One of the many, many events is 1 Million Cups. If you've never been here before, you are in for a treat. There are two entrepreneurs that are going to get up here in front of you and bare their souls for 6 minutes, telling you what they've built, their product, their company, what it's doing and what it's going to do. Then you have 20 minutes to ask questions, seek clarification, give advice, make suggestions, and think through who you know, who's in your network that could help them out, either as customers, suppliers, or whatever else they need. So it's important to reach deep down and help the entrepreneurs that are up here. My name is Sean Kennedy. I'm an organizer for 1 Million Cups, along with Marianne, Chris, Danielle, and let's just say Carly. Carly actually does all the work here, so we appreciate that from her. Of course, if you're drinking coffee, you're drinking Kawa Coffee, you're a generous sponsor, we appreciate them. Without them, it would probably be like Maxwell House or something. Would be awful. Nobody knows. It's terrible stuff. But I'm going to stop rambling and introduce my new friend, Shankar, to tell us a little bit about what he's done. Shankar.
Thank you, Sean. Sean has been really great in letting me present in very short order. I signed up as a presenter yesterday. I've never heard of this organization. I'm actually shocked. I thought, well, I'll come by and there'll be 5, 10 people maybe. No seats there. So my company is called SLC Innovations. Everything that I do is web-based. My latest creation is Immigus, as I like to call it. Immig.us, that's the shortest domain I could find for immigration purposes. And I've launched the world's first US immigration app. Think TurboTax for taxes. This is tax season. You could go and, I think they still have them in the library, where they give you can get it to 1040, you can fill it out, but nobody does that. So what I've done with immigration is a similar concept for immigration reform. This works. Do you like to fill government forms? No. No hands. I didn't think so. So these are a few immigration-related government forms. An example is the N400 form. See, N400 application for naturalization, which is meant for people who are who have a green card and want to become citizens. I've experienced this process myself. I'm originally from Israel. I'm now an American citizen for 5 years now. I've gone through the whole process from getting the green card, which is really complex. My son calls it the biggest rebate program in the world. You know, you have these rules, you have to file before this date, but not after that, and so on and so forth. Lots of strings attached. If you miss something, go back to square one. I've done this whole process by myself and managed to get my applications in and approved, and now I'm an American citizen. The N400 is 20 pages long, and just in 2016, it changed 3 times. Really long, and there's like lots and lots of questions there, and God forbid if you make a mistake. So you might think maybe I'm just hallucinating. Who wants to do this? Well, actually, the government tried to solve the same problem. This is the Washington Post front page article from November of 2015, which a friend sent to me shortly after I launched my data. And I, oh my God, all of this work one paragraph to realize that I can calm down. And why? Because the government spent 10 years and $1 billion, and they got one form done out of 94. Where is this? I think it says somewhere that they have 94 other forms. I looked at that form. Doesn't work. And they're planning to spend about $3 billion and a few more years. I'd like to think that my work is worth $1 billion, but I really don't think I spent that much time. So, how does it work?
Touch with your finger somewhere else.
Yeah, not touch it. It's a smart.
Not touching. Okay. So, what do immigrants do today? Even though the forms are difficult to fill out, they still need to do that. It's kind of important. There are 1.8 million customers per year, and they have two possibilities. Either do what I did, download the forms, figure it out, 20 pages form, another 10 pages of explanations to the form, read it, and figure out what to do. Or hire an attorney, pay $2,000 or $3,000 a year to get it done. What do they really want? They want a process that's easy, error-free, because they don't want it to be denied. We don't mind, although it's 2017. And they want it to be affordable. So this is where I come in. Build this solution, first ever Android and iOS app. You basically get the smartphone wizard that guides you through the form, much like Google does. Once you're done, you get a filled up PDF you can download and print. The checklist is attached. Usually it takes under 90 minutes, and it is live right now. Okay. I'm being
So we can go through with the questions. We can cover some more details about the application.
Yeah, why would I use this?
This is what we call an excellent question, and no, I did not pay to ask my question. So you can use it on any device. It supports any language, including Spanish at the moment, but I can include any language on the planet. Basically, the code allows for any incorporation of the language without changing the code. Basically, I can give a screen to a translator to say, here, translate all the phrases in the system. It takes about 2 or 3 hours. It's done. It's a low cost. You do it yourself. It's free, quote unquote free, right? It's your time. You go to an attorney, you spend $2,000 or $3,000. I charge you $189. There is an affiliate program. You can actually make money, and I urge everybody here to come to become affiliates and spread the word. And I actually pay people to get the word out. You get a free eligibility test because not everyone is eligible for citizenship. The rules are very strict. You have to be a certain amount of time here, and so on. Some restrictions on travel. You have to be a good person, as they call it, a good moral character. So you get the eligibility test on the side, and oh, this touch.
Yes.
Wow, I'm shocked. Okay, and this is my target audience. These people who have green card for more than a year. But sorry. Okay, go ahead. So,
Being a French citizen, having gone through this process.
sorry.
I said, I'm a French citizen.
French citizen.
7 years ago.
Bonjour.
And, we spent, my mom and I, almost $10,000. So, I can definitely see why someone is very, very good with the green card. Have you thought about actually going after the legal market? So partnering with those law firms and providing them with a simpler tools to use?
Definitely. this has two potential audiences. Either the public at large is 1.8 million people a year that file these applications, or kind of the B2B variant of it, where I work with attorneys, and they can work with this software internally. Because now all of a sudden the attorney does not need to go through the forms, they can let even the receptionist fill it out, right? Because my rule is that there is one question per page. You ask it asks you something. What's the birthday of your ex-wife? Things like that, and we go on, and at any moment you just say save, I'll see you later, and come back. So the person who does not have to be an attorney to fill it out, and then once it's filled out, the attorney can go and review that.
Yeah, the reason I ask is I would still want to use it. Because when you have to do the 10 years worth of travel,
Right.
it's a lot more than 90 days. So I try to answer all my passports and say, thank you, take care of that. But if they can use the software, they can charge a lot less to the consumer, and thereby try to build business for themselves as well.
Right. Yeah, so if you know of any attorney who might be interested, I'd be more than happy to work with that attorney. Thank you. Yes?
I think a lot of your applicants are going to need consultation, help navigating, determining where they fit into the system. So how do you address that if you do? And that seems to be a pretty important element of really using successfully your app.
Well, right now, the self-help tools are basically the eligibility test and the wizard itself that lets you do that. I do plan to include videos of basically going through the screens, so people get lots of Q&A. Sorry, not Q&A, but FAQs that people. Well, how do I do this? How do I do that? And that's part of optimization. Yeah. Thank you. But,
Do you only have citizenship, or do you have minority, like actual green card application?
well, right before Daniel cut me off, I was going to talk about it with the second link. The first implementation is for citizenship. It's this N400 form. I picked that because I figured that would be a low-hanging fruit in an election year, in which citizenship application tends to go up. The system, though, is designed to do any form on the planet, not even just immigration forms. And so when I talked about TurboTax, if you have $600,000 or $700,000 to invest, we can go after TurboTax with this software, because that's what it can do. That it is generic enough to do any form on the planet and any set of forms. So you can have, I'm applying for green card, but the green card includes I-130, I-485, I-765. There's like a list of 3 or 4 forms that you need to fill out, and the system supports that. And I think, I don't know if I show it here. Well, this is the output really. I can get a PDF filled out. You see the little X's, it fills it out for you. You don't even know where it goes. You don't even know which. You don't even know which form. But we have here, right now, the pull-down menu includes only one option, naturalization. But there will be more, and that's the plan. There is the whole spectrum of. I basically touched the last stop, which is citizenship, but you can go all the way to from DACA for deferred action for childhood rights. This is called for illegal immigrants, to green cards, to employment-based or family-based, and so on and so forth. So there is a whole spectrum, and as like you could see in that slide, we have 94 different forms, and you have to renew a green card, you have to remove conditions. I won't bore you with the details, but there's a lot of stuff.
I just had to renew a green card, actually, a replacement I-80 green card, and I thought I could only do it online.
No, you cannot. So from that $1 million that they spent, they have got one form, and that form does something useful. Well, that form is intended for people who lost their green card and they want a replacement. Now, who in the world loses their green card? It's like losing your passport. No, it's a replacement. So that one can be done.
It's funny, 'cause
That one can be
that
done.
is the one folder.
I got my green card. I kept it in a safe because once you get it, you don't want to lose it. Really. So they did one form, one simple form that very few people use. And I had all the statistics, all the government statistics that I went through before I enrolled a single line of code. So that's one of the least used forms, but hey,
Yeah.
let's do that. Right.
Can you tell me about your development environment, which tools you use to build this, and
Yes, yes, I can tell you. Basically, the whole system is developed with Ruby on Rails. I'm a big fan. I've developed other systems with this. For a small business, it showed as a great choice. It is solid. It just works. I don't need to keep an eye on it all the time. It just works once you set it up correctly, right? And building, there's a lot of JavaScript there. Basically, there's an engine of forms that lets you do all these validations. So if this field is 9 digit long, then it will not let you put letters there.
is that a module for Ruby, or is it something?
Well, I built the validation engine is built from scratch. It's all JavaScript based.
And it runs on top of a PDF form, or?
Oh no. What you see, well, this is not a good choice of screens. I guess I should have included one screen that shows. If you go to the site and you go to the eligibility test, basically it asks you questions, like yes, no questions,
Looks like a
or
forms engine.
these are our forms, HTML forms, where you can fill your information, very simple things. And then behind the scenes, when you get to the download phase, it will match your responses with the correct fields
in PDF.
on the PDF.
And it uses a PDF library to do that.
So,
Why apps? Why phone apps for this? I mean, I buy into everything I see we do here, but I just can't imagine filling a 90-minute form out.
well, first of all, everybody wants apps. So there is an app, but it's an app. It's a desktop application. You can use a tablet to do this. And the point of an app is that if you don't have to remember where is it, you just leave it on your phone, and you can get back to that whenever you get a chance. Because these forms are really long. So while I had a record of one guy coming in and finishing the whole thing in 27 minutes, this is my record. Like, this guy zoomed through it, including login, payment, and download, like really fast. But many people are, sometimes they'll take days, not sitting on it, but they'll ask some piece of information that you don't really remember, like a birthday or whatever that you don't remember. They'll save their work and they'll come back later. Now, you can do this because it is one question at a time. You can do it with your phone. You don't have to just use your desktop. You start at home with the desktop, you continue on the train with your phone, and go to your tablet and so on. So that's the idea. Right.
What processes do you have in place to keep applications with false information?
The short answer is none, because it's not my problem. If you say that you have had the green card for 10 years and you only had it for 1 year, this eventually goes to the government. This form, I don't do anything with it once it's filled up. It's your responsibility to fill it up. Sorry, to sign it. There's a little checklist that goes on top. It says, okay, sign on page 17. You sign it and you mail it to the government. Now, if the government determines that you lied, well, you do that. Yeah. So it's really, in short, it's not my problem, because it's not my job to validate what people. What I will do though is, for example, if you make an innocent mistake. You say, I was born in 1970 and I was married in 1960. The program will not let you continue. They will say, hey, it doesn't make any sense. You probably meant something else. Maybe you should fix that. So it will validate, even if it is a date on page 1 that you wrote, and then a date on page 20, or that contradicts what I responded.
Go back to that word player decision. Don't you think with opening up some of the markets and
The what?
integrity check from like false information before you have to anticipate?
Well, I do what I can in terms of validation. I ask you for your name, and if you put one letter, then it's not your name. I'll let you maybe put it in your initial, middle initial, but not in your name. So I'll validate as much as I can, but it cannot be perfect because if I validate too much, then you get stuck, and then for example, with names. I used to work in the 90s for the United Nations, and I had colleagues, one colleague whose name was NG. It's a Vietnamese name. Now, anybody who knows anything about computers, that name screwed up our program because it's not greater than something. Plus, it's a very short name with no vowels. So I cannot make any, my name includes a hyphen somewhere here. I don't have a middle name. However, many web forms will say, hey, you've got to be Shen T. Cohen. Well, it's not my name. So I cannot go too far. Right?
I think it's a very good idea. I think it responds to a real problem. It's very difficult to fill out those forms. And it takes a long, long time to put them in. And so that answers your question. They go through every police agency there is in the world before they're going to give you a citizenship. So even if you make an innocent mistake, they're going to pick it out and say that doesn't make sense, or our records show that this is not your middle name, or there's an error somewhere. So they vet it, and so.
And you have to pass the citizenship, the civics test, if you can know something about
Well,
human rights.
and a lot of things. My concern with this, and a little bit like Sean, I think that it's a great idea to have it as a desktop as well as as an app, because on the phone, I wouldn't do it on the phone. I would love to do it on a screen, but not necessarily on the phone. My question to you is, how are you going to reach the population, your market, your segment? Because what I've observed, and I did that 26 years ago, so I've been American for 26 years, and even to this day, and it's even a political game, that people will say that anybody can come here.
Oh yeah, it's easy.
It's easy, you don't have to do anything. Yes, if you cross the border and you're illegal, yes, then you don't feel anything. But if you do it the proper way, which is one, you obtain a visa. Once you've been vetted as a visa holder and you stay here for a while, if you meet certain conditions, then you get a green card. Then if you still meet those conditions, and you better never have a ticket, then you can apply.
And don't be a habitual drunker.
For citizenship.
Seriously, there's a question, one of the million questions there. Are you a habitual drunker?
Yeah.
You have to answer yes or no.
They even ask you, did you ever belong to the Nazis? Within the Nazis, like everybody would say yes. Based on that, the awareness for somebody who was born here, there is zero awareness of this. So how do you get to your market, to your segment, knowing that the rest of the population doesn't need it and is not even aware of the difficulty?
Well, my audience for what I've launched with the citizenship
piece of advice based on an observation. The state of Florida, for example, has an official site for companies, registering companies, accessing anything that you want to do. Now, there are companies like yours who have decided to propose help because government is government. Even if you create a corporation, it's difficult to fill out the
Oh,
forms.
yeah.
So they have a site, they create a site that's close to what the government site is, so that when you type in for, and it's usually .gov, something .gov, you could have your site with a .com or .org that would pop up to the people who are researching these forms and say, if you need help, there is an app. Because that would be a way to train them to it. Sometimes it's, with the state of Florida is a very good example, because like, if you type the site for Florida, you're going to get 10 companies that are telling you, do you want help, do you need this?
Yeah, like register a car or something, and
Yeah.
they won't even be government.
They're not government agencies.
And halfway through filling out all the form, you feel like, oh, it's not even the government.
That may be a good way for you to have access to the people who are researching the form.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we are actually out of time.
Perhaps reaching out to embassies, foreign countries' embassies that are here in the U.S., where there is a large pool of people seeking citizenship. Alternatively, as a taxpayer, I'd rather pay you $500 million and have the government.
I'll take it.
You. Then I'll pay 50%, and why should they get more than one form that works?
That plan to spend 3.1 billion. It's budgeted 3.1
Even
billion.
better, even better.
So, yes. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chantal. Thank you for sharing everything with us today. And for your final question, what is it can the community do for you?
If you know anyone who is either an immigration attorney or someone with a green card that can possibly use this, I can even use some. If it is a person within a group, I could even give some discounts, or try to do even some loss leaders so that I can get into groups that may be able to use it. My biggest challenge at the moment, now that the product is done, is marketing. So